Hello there, beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Tapishe. To all my returning subscribers, welcome. If you're new, you're in the right place. Please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button. Please don't forget to click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. In this video of today, I'll be sharing with you 5 mistakes married men make. The first mistake married men make is they abandon the emotional parental responsibilities of the parents to the wife alone. In bringing up children have different needs. Children have psychological needs, they have safety needs, love and belonging. But for some fathers, once they have provided for the child, like if they give your school fees, they provide money for the wife to cook, they buy your clothes, they don't have time for your emotional needs. If you want to ask them something about the emotional needs of the child, they tell you it is the mother that knows, let the mother handle that, that is the mother's responsibility. No, the emotional need of a child should not be left to a wife alone. It is not a motherly role. It is a parental role, so you as a father, you need to be involved. Some fathers don't even have the time to bond with their kids, to an extent that they don't know the kids' friends. You need to know the friends of your children, so if your child is somewhere, you will be able to identify this is my child's friend. Know your children's favorite television show. Be able to identify the hidden talent of your kids. If you create time to bond with your child, as a parent, it will be easy for you to be able to identify the hidden talent that your child has. Most fathers go to work from Mondays to Fridays, and on Saturdays and Sundays, that they have to spend this time at home to bond with their kids and their wives. Some of them go out to be with friends and acquaintances. They don't create time to bond with their family. How will you know your child? How will you create that bond to be your child's friend? To an extent, your child can tell you his or her secrets. For a child to discuss with you freely, that child needs to be feeling free. And to feel free, you need to create that atmosphere as a father. When you are free, you can help your child to do his or her homework. You can discuss with the child. Ask your child, how was your day? How are you feeling? Take your child out for a walk in such a way that you'll be able to discuss with the child freely. The child can see things and tell you. Have an intimate relationship with your child. Discuss sex education with your child as a father. That is not the role of a mother alone. With children, if you tell them things and you teach them, once they grow up, they will never forget. They'll keep on telling their friends or their relatives, my father taught me this, my father taught me that. This is how my father used to be in my life. To create great memories with your kid as a father, this has to be intentional. You need to create time for this. You need to bond with your family. If you don't bond with your kids and your wife, who will you be able to bond with during your old age? When people are old, they need people to talk to. And if you don't create that atmosphere where you can discuss freely with your kids when they are young, you will see that when these children grow up and they have jobs, they will be closer to their mothers. And you'll be wondering, why is this my child not close to me? I send the child to the best schools, I pay the school fees, I took care of my child. You were not there to take care of the emotional need of your child. Your wife spent so many years bonding with this child. That is why it's easier for the child to discuss with the mother and not with you. You will see that at times the child can call you, hello daddy. You say hello, you say how are you? The child will say fine. The child might ask, where is mommy? I want to tell her something. As a father, you'll be wondering, why can this my child not tell me the thing he or she wants to tell the mother? The reason is you were not bonding with your child. The child doesn't feel free to tell you. Also, As fathers, you need to have a conducive atmosphere with your child in such a way that the child can tell you something at any time. Don't make your house in such a way that if something happens, the kids need to wait for their mothers to come back before they say it, no matter what happened, or they call the mother on phone. You are there. You are the father of this child. You brought the child into the world. You are responsible, so you should be able to be available for your child at all times. If you are not available physically, you can call the kids. How are you? How is everything going? Is there anything up? Anything you want to tell me? Let the children feel free with you. Number 2, the second mistake married men make is they don't get to talk about their pain or their hurt to their wife. You see that in a marriage, there might be things which are going on which the husband doesn't like, but he doesn't tell his wife these things that are going on. I don't like it. Some men don't do this out of pride. Some men feel if they are saying it, that means they are ranting, they are talking like a woman, so they just decide to bottle things up. And when you bottle things up for so long, it's going to lead to bitterness. When some of these men decide to bottle things up, their wives are not aware that this is what is happening with their husband. They just carry on with life as usual. They keep on doing all the things they have been doing, and the man is bitter. He's the one who is drifting away from the wife. There are some wives who will come and ask you what is happening. Why are you so cold at this time? Why are you no longer the person you used to be? Some men will decide not to still say. They'll just be like nothing. They prefer to go out and tell their friends. And if they tell a friend that the friend doesn't want them to be happy in the marriage, the friend is going to give them bad advice that if they come and implement, it will cause more harm to the marriage. Some men decide to tell their mothers, their fathers, their siblings, which you know it is very wrong. If you have a problem in your marriage, the first person you need to tell is your wife. Don't carry it to go and tell your family members. Because once you tell your family members and they come and talk to your wife is going to apologize because she didn't even know that this is what was happening. You will forgive your wife, but your family members might not forgive your wife. Even if they decide to forgive her, they will not forget. When other things come up in future, they'll be like, this wife did this, this woman did this, and the things will keep on recurring and coming to their minds. But meanwhile, maybe you as the husband, you have forgotten about it. Men need to be more expressive in their marriage. Once you get married to someone you love, you know you have to live with that person for the rest of your life. Make it a duty to be open to this person. Make it a duty to tell this person how you feel at all times. Men need to be more expressive in their marriage. If there is anything you don't like which is going on, you as the man, make it your duty to tell your wife this thing that is going on. I don't like it. You can say it in a polite manner. You must not shout. For example, let's say if there is a family problem, like you have in-laws who are pushing your buttons, driving you nuts. If your wife has noticed it, she's going to call them to order. If your wife hasn't noticed it and they keep on calling you like in secret, when I say secret, like they don't consult your wife before telling you what they have to tell you, they are demanding things which are out of this world. Let me say things that are not reasonable. You can't come back home. You tell your wife, this is what happened. Please, can you call these people to order? What can we do? And you'll see that your wife will respond in a very polite manner. She's going to call them to order. She's out here to help you grow. She's in your life for the two of you to grow and build a solid family, so the kids can have a good atmosphere for themselves, so you can be a happier man. Once a woman is married to you, she does all she can to make you happier than the way she met you. And you as the man, is your place to help her by being expressive, so she will know the things that she is doing well and the things that she needs to improve, or the things she just needs to totally change for you guys to live on happily. Number 3, the third mistake married men make is letting their wives to be the spiritual heads of the home. When God made man the head of the home, he made man the head of the home in all aspects, spiritually, physically, and every other aspect. But for some men, they feel that it is their responsibility to give instructions, which is okay to give instructions. They want the family members to be afraid of them, their wives and their kids. They want to be respected, which is okay for you to be respected. Most men provide all the needs of their kids, which is very great, and women are so happy to have that. But when it comes to the spiritual aspects, some men transfer all the responsibilities to their wives. When the wives initiate devotions, some men will not come. They'll say they are tired or they have something else they want to do. Some other men will come for devotions, but they'll be passive participants. When they intune a song, they are singing as if they are sick. They don't even clap their hands. When it's time to dance, they don't dance. They just behave as if someone is forcing them to be part of the family devotion. The kids are there. When you as a father, you need to be lively. You need to make the kids to be looking forward to every family devotions that you will be having in your house because of your interactions, your participations, the story you can relate and tell them, which will make the kids to be interested. Some husbands do not help their kids in family devotions. Some do not help their kids in Bible studies. In some homes, when it is Sunday, the husbands will tell the kids and the wives to get ready for church. When the kids are ready for church and they come and say, "Daddy, can we go?" Some men will be like, "I'm tired, I can't go today." Some will be like, "I didn't iron my outfit, so I will not be able to go." Some will say, "Take transport and go." Some men are so funny. They will take the kids and go and drop off the kids at church and tell the kids that when the service is over, they should call them so they will come and pick them up. Why don't you enter and attend the service? What are you teaching your kids? Your sons, when they grow up, they'll feel that the church is for the children and for the mothers. Mothers of the 21st century should train their sons in the right manner. They should make their sons to know they are the head of the home spiritually, physically, and in all other aspects, so that when your child grows up, he will know that it is his responsibility to lead his family to Christ. It is his responsibility to lead the spiritual aspect of the family. He shouldn't leave everything to his wife because his kids are there looking at him as a role model. And you know, children will do what they see you doing, not what you tell them to do. If you tell kids to do something, they can do that for a short time, but what they see you doing as they grow up, they might have the tendency of doing that. Make your kids in such a way that as they grow up, they'll be better husbands to their wives and better fathers for their children. So it will help to reduce the crime rate in the society. Because when men are actively involved in the spiritual aspects of their children, it makes the children to grow in the fear of God. And certain things that you see other children doing, your children or your grandchildren will not do, because their father is there to pray for them. He's there to give them guidance. The children are so happy Daddy is here, Daddy looks at me. Oh, my father will look to see if I'm doing the right thing. The Bible says this, so I have to also study the Bible. Let them have a lively home. Let the kids learn good morals from the parents, especially the fathers, who are the heads of the house, because the mothers are always there. Mothers are mostly those people who always devote all their times in the lives of their kids. But for some men, they feel that they have other responsibilities to take care of, which are more important than their kids or their immediate family. As a man in this world, What will it profit you if you spend all your whole entire life working for money, and you have to pass over this money to your kids, but the kids, their spiritual aspects of their lives are zero, the kids are not well brought up? You'll see your kids are going to squander that money that you have suffered to work for them. Your kids will not know the value of life. So as fathers, please step up and do the right things in your family without anyone reminding you all the time. Make it a responsibility. Make it something you are happy to do. Number 4. The fourth mistake married men make is they stop wooing their wives after marriage. Before getting married, you'll see that a man will do all he can to please his wife. He calls her, he sends her text messages, he sends her flowers, he gets her gifts, he gives her genuine, sweet compliments that will make the wife to feel butterflies flying in her tummy. But for some men, once they are married and their wives start having kids, they throw all those things through the window. No more compliments for the wife, no more dates, nothing. Some men are so devoted to their phones. They are always on their phones, watching videos, reading articles. They are at home physically, but you can't have their attention. They don't have time to communicate with their wives. Some don't even give their wives compliments again. Once you are married and your wife is having kids for you, it doesn't mean you should stop complimenting her. It doesn't mean you should stop taking her out for a date. It doesn't mean you should stop taking her out for a walk or getting her gifts. If your wife puts on a nice outfit, you need to appreciate it. Tell her, I love this outfit you are wearing. If she wears anything that you like, you need to appreciate it. Make your wife to be so happy, to always say, oh God, thank you so much for making me to be married to this man. I'm so happy I'm his wife. Let your wife enjoy the marriage. As you compliment your wife, you make her to see her importance in the house. That is how she's going to make you also very happy, and the marriage will be sweeter. Each day you will be so happy. If you are a married man, never ever stop complimenting your wife. Never ever take your attention away from your wife to certain things that are not important. During your free periods, you can come to the house. Like when you're not working, you should be at home. Avoid that aspect that most of the time some men, when they are not working, they are out with their friends, just talking and talking. You can meet your friends, but you need to create time for your wife. Your wife should be your best friend. Your wife should be someone that when you look at her, you're so happy. You guys can communicate, you can laugh, you can play. You should never stop playing, because if you stop playing, it can kill one aspect of the marriage. As a married man, you should always have lively conversations with your wife. Play with your wife. Make jokes. Make your wife to be happy and to laugh. Always make your wife to feel as if she is still your girlfriend, because if you make her as if she's your girlfriend, you have that interest in her. You always want to see her happy. You want to please her. Everybody loves compliment. Everybody treated well. Once in a while, when you're free, you can decide to cook a delicious meal for your wife. If your wife is cooking in the kitchen and you are at home not doing anything, let me say you're not working, why not join your wife in the kitchen as she is cooking? You guys are discussing. You see that there will be so much love. She'll be so happy you are there, and she is going to appreciate you. Don't let the romance die down because you are married. If you let the romance die down, your marriage is going to be boring. And nobody wants to be in a boring marriage. Even you as the man, you don't want to be in a boring marriage. So make the marriage to be lively. Always value your wife, and you will see that you will feel so much importance in your marriage, because as you make your wife to feel valued, that is how she is also going to love you to an extent that you didn't even believe that can happen. When a woman is happy, so many happy things go on in a home. But if you make the woman angry and she decides that she wants to make you happy, it won't be to the extent that if she was happy, she will be doing things. Because when she's happy, she's going to go extra miles unknowingly. Just because she decides to read this, she decides to explore that. Because of the way you as a man, you are treating your wife. Men should always treat their wives in an extraordinary way, in a way that the woman will always be so happy to be in the house. She will be like, oh, when you are away, she's missing you. I can't wait for my husband to come back. Don't be that type of a man that when you travel, even if you stay for 3 weeks, you'll be like, I'll add another 1 additional week. They'll just be like, okay, so when will you come back? Be that man that when you travel away from your home, they'll be like, oh, I can't wait for you to come back. Your wife will say, I'm missing you. Oh, this, oh, that. Live in a happy marriage. After marriage, let everything go on like the way you guys were in a relationship and it was going. Don't take it that you already have this wife so you can now do as you want. Number 5. The fifth mistake some married men make is they overemphasize on the concept of submissiveness. Even some men who do not read their Bibles, some men who do not fear God, they always tell their wives, the Bible says you need to submit. The Bible says you need to submit. And they use this as a means to humiliate their wives, to insult their wives, abuse their wives, belittle their wives, make their wives feel like a nobody on earth. When you look at Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 33, it tells women to be submissive to their husbands as unto the Lord. It also tells men to love their wives as Christ loved the church and gave his life for it. It also says men should love their wives the way they love their own bodies. But some men, they don't ever want to realize or understand their own aspects or their own responsibilities, what they are supposed to do to their wives. They always tell their wives that they need to submit. Women are natural followers. If you love a wife the way Christ loved the church, you love your wife the way you love your body. You know how we all value this, our body. The only thing we came to on earth as human beings is this our body that we brought. All the money you're working on earth, everything you're working, the day you die, they're just going to bury you with your body. Your soul is going to go away. If you have given your life to Christ, you know where it will go to. If you have not, you know where it will go to. I'll address this in a different video. But it's just to tell you that if the Bible tells a man to love his wife the way he loves his body, and nobody wants to tamper with their body like to cause any injury, that means men need to love their wives and treat them with care. Women are natural followers. If you love your wife the way the Bible instructs you to, you will see that your wife will be totally submissive to you. Some men want to use this word to paralyze their wives. Some men are abusive, emotionally and physically. All they tell their wives is they have to submit. They have to submit, but they don't want to do what they, the men, are supposed to do. If you are a married man, you have your wife at home. Please, make sure you love your wife as Christ loved the church. Make sure you love your wife as you love your body. For some men, when they say something, if the wife decides to table her own opinion, she's not a submissive wife. Anything they say, they want the wife to just obey as a dummy. They don't want the wife to say anything. The worst part is some men are going to cheat. Go out with other women, and when they come back, they tell their wives that they need to be submissive to them. Christ will not allow you to do that. So if you are a married man, don't even go to that aspect. Don't be abusive towards your wife and you're telling her to be submissive, because that is what the Bible has told her to do. Are you doing what the Bible has asked you to do as the man, as the head of the house? You should do what Christ has also asked you to do. In a marriage, men should learn to love their wives. When you love your wife, it's going to make things to be smooth. It's going to make your wife to be submissive. If you say something and your wife decides to table her opinion, you don't need to say she's not a submissive woman. Just ask her, why are you saying this? Give reasons for your own points. If she says she's giving her opinion, it's not the final decision she's giving. You are to make the final decision. So you have to just listen to her. Don't be a tyrant in your own house. Don't make your wife, she is a servant to you, that she can't say anything, but you just have to say everything and she accepts. The marriage will be boring for you. Let your marriage be lively. As a married man, love your wife. All women have to be submissive to their husbands. The Bible has told them that. And women already know that they have to be submissive. They are obliged to be submissive to their husbands, to love their husbands, to do what their husbands ask them to do. And you as the man, please do your own part as the Bible has also asked you to do, so you can live in peace with your wife, so that you can have a joyous marriage. You have a marriage free from misunderstandings. So many misunderstandings that will be coming into your marriage. If you as a man decide to step up and do what Christ has asked you to do, you're going to enjoy your marriage. All women should submit to their husbands. They are obliged to do that, and the Bible has asked them. But no husband should use the word submit from the Bible to abuse his wife. God is not going to be happy with you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comment sections below. If you have any other points, please leave them in the comment section. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and every other person around you. Encourage them to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay blessed. God loves you. Bye-bye.